Welcome to Tech Tutorial. We are going to see how to install SQL Server into Mac machine. For this, we need to install Docker first because we are going to install SQL Server. We can able to connect via localhost. So for this, we need to install Docker first. Go to Docker, go to Google. You just search for Docker, and when you go to the Docker site, you can go get started and you can install register with your Gmail address or any email address, and this has to be free initially, and whatever we are installing inside Docker will be public repository. You can download the Docker Mac based on the in the Apple or Intel chip that you have. If I'm going to have the Apple chip, so I'm just click download and allow, and once this is downloaded, you can see the downloaded img in here in the downloads folder. Okay, so it is getting downloaded, and once downloaded, you just double click it and drag and drop the image into the applications folder. Once that is done, you can see the Docker is installed into the Mac machine. So if you just double click the Docker DMG, you just drag and drop into the application and Docker will be installed. I have already installed the Docker and I'm just going to open it. Okay, I have opened Docker, and here basically you can sign in here with your own user Gmail account, and for this demo I'm not going to do sign in. So you can see the container, images, everything here. Then what you need to do is you need to pull the latest SQL Server from the Docker. Okay, for this I am going to use Microsoft Azure SQL Edge because the other SQL 2022 or 2019 is not compatible with Intel Mac chip, Intel Apple chip. So if we have the Intel chip Mac OS Mac, then you need to install the SQL Server with 2019 or 2022 version. But this will work for Intel chip as well. You can check that. Now I'm going to open terminal app. So this is the command. The command I will be providing in the description as well. Okay, just pull this Azure Microsoft Edge, and this will take around 2 to 3 minutes to complete the installation. So now you can see all installation done. Once it's installed, you can go to Docker and go to images. You can see the images that has been pulled here. So this is the image, and we have get from the Docker and install into our local. Okay, now this image is the one going to run inside the container. Okay. For that we have another command which we need to install the SQL with the username and password. Okay, so here you see the run accept license for this one and MicroSQL password, and you can give your own password. When you provide password, make sure you are giving uppercase, lowercase, and also the numbers. Only then it will work. Otherwise, sometimes even the container starts, when you start, it will stop immediately. Make sure you are providing strong password, and the SQL ID you provide developer, the SQL username SA, and the port and the name of the container that you want and the image that pulled going to run. So I'm going to copy this and go to terminal and I paste it, then click enter. Once you see, this is the message you will get, and you can go to the container and see your container is started running. Okay, so now we are good, which means the SQL Server is installed successfully. Now how to make sure this is installed successfully is that we need to open via SQL client. For Mac, we have SQL as Azure Management Studio. So go to Google, then Azure Management. This is free you can go to download Microsoft and download Azure Studio. And based on the configuration ARM64, you can download, just double click and install. It is more straightforward. After install, then you'll be seeing Azure Data Studio. Okay, then Azure Data Studio is the one like act as a client which will connect to our SQL instance that we are running via Docker. Now go here and you can see new connection, and here you can give the server as localhost and the username SA and the password that what you have given to the when you creating the container, number, password, and this encrypt will be set to true, and the trust server certificate, just make it true. If you make it false, there will be a pop-up when you connect. You can just click continue. Okay, I just click connect. Okay, localhost connected. Okay, and here we can either restore the database. I will be sharing the next session how to restore the database. For now, we have connected the local database. If you want, we have created the database localhost, and you can connect this localhost via any connection string. For example, Visual Studio 2022 or a other database connectivity which supports SQL, you can use it. And when you use, make sure in case you may face any issues, just add the trust server certificates to true when you are using any connection string. And here you can come here and right click database, and you can use new database. Sometimes you may not see the option because you can see it is preview. So basically you go to Azure data settings and try for preview features. So just enable this checkbox so you can see this preview feature there. Otherwise you may not be able to do the restore also. It will say preview feature should be enabled. Now I am going to create a new database. Either I can create new database using here, or I can use the new query to use SQL script also. Both way will work. Create database sample. Okay, database created. I will just refresh and expand database. I can see database. So the structure similar with the SQL Server. We have tables, views, synonyms, everything, and I can right click the sample database and new query. I can create table, test, okay, click run, and I have created a table called test with two columns, ID and name. Then I'll just refresh here, come here, and you can see the columns. I am going to show the next session how to restore the database from the existing backup file. That's all for today. Thanks for watching. You can subscribe and click bell icon to get latest videos in the notification. Thank you.